There we are, I think. Yep. Hello, 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 and welcome back. Hopefully you can hear me. Hopefully I'm actually streaming because I'm using Streamlabs right now. And once we get a few people in here or something, maybe we can find out if you actually can. I'm just checking a few things because looks like everything is working, which is wonderful. Just going to close out of a few thousand different things here. Help Streamlabs work better. Should have done this earlier. There we are, out of it. Okay, so hopefully we'll get somebody in here pretty soon. I did announce that I was going live, but it is really late at night. So I apologize for that. If you didn't see my earlier video where I said I was going live, the reason that I'm doing it so late is because I'm home alone right now and I'm able to sit at my kitchen table and talk to you guys. So that's what you're seeing right now, my kitchen table with all my candles going. Woohoo! So welcome. I do have a few things I'm going to talk about while I'm on here, and if anybody comes on, that's great. Love to see everybody as you're able to come on again. I know it's late, so not really having much expectation there. So if you are here, please say something. Let me know if you can hear me all right. Let me know if I'm coming through clearly, because we all know Streamlabs can be a little finicky. So if you're there, let me know. And actually, I'm going off camera just for a second, so one sec. All right, so we're just going to go ahead and get started right away. One of the reasons that I wanted to come on here and do a live is because I haven't been live in a while. One of the reasons that I haven't been live in a while is because the last time I was live a couple weeks ago, I got really hit by trolls, and it's never happened to me before, and I didn't really know what to do. It was like 10 trolls all at once, and I didn't know what to do. So I've been kind of afraid to do it. Also, as I mentioned earlier, I've been a little bit MIA because I've had a very busy 2 weeks with a cat moving the camera. Sorry about that, guys. I had a very busy 2 weeks. I started a new job recently doing something that I've never done before, and it's been all consuming. And in addition to that, I just got last minute notice that I've been accepted to do a local fair that will involve selling some arts and crafts that I do. And I've never taken any of my artwork to any kind of event, any kind of public event. The most that anybody has ever seen any of my artwork is probably actually on this channel, and I've shown very little. So this is a big freaking deal. And I was saying earlier that I signed up like 6 weeks ago to do this event, and I was waiting for my acceptance, and it never came. So I kind of just stopped working on stuff, expecting that I wasn't accepted, and all of a sudden I got this phone call saying, "Oh, we apologize. We lost your check, and you're accepted, and we look forward to seeing you next weekend." Hello, Gaslit Free Muse. How's it going, Miss Shannon? Hopefully you're doing well. I see that you've been doing some exciting things online. That is very cool. Please let me know if you can hear me coming through all right, if I'm not lagging. I'm a little nervous right now because, like I said, the last time I did a live stream a couple weeks ago, I was inundated by trolls and I didn't know what to do. And there were some, it wasn't even just about, it was crazy. It was absolutely crazy. Okay, good. I actually, I'm using Streamlabs, which can be a little bit testy from time to time. So anyway, so we're talking about the fact that I'm doing an upcoming fair, and all of a sudden it's like, woo, I gotta get ready for this. So things have been a little bit nuts on my end. And I'm looking forward to reacclimating to working like this and my new job and this craft fair. And once all that's done, you know, my YouTube channel, my YouTube family is extremely important to me. And I want to improve things. So what I was saying earlier, as well, everything feels so repetitious, but I've invested in some better lighting, some things like that, which is upcoming. And I'm really looking forward to fun. So yes, I am doing well, it's not actually a craft fair. It's a big event here, and I'm super stoked, but I was saying that I got very last minute notice that I was accepted to do it. And so I'm not very prepared, and it's next week. So I have a lot of catching up to do. So there's that. I also have been having some issues, where I was saying earlier, I promised I would talk about it, so I guess I'm going to talk about it. I feel like it's unfair for me to come on here and talk about going no contact and about the right way to go about doing that, because I screwed up somewhere and my no contact regime has been broken. I have had a problem, an ongoing problem for some time now, with a few toxic people, including some people that are within the narcissistic spectrum. And I've been having some issues where I know somebody has found my YouTube channel, and I've been a little bit afraid to speak. I've been kind of, love back at you, girl. I've been kind of censoring myself a little bit, and I don't really feel very authentic, because I'm afraid that this person is going to hear me talk about things that they'll know are about them, and that it's just going to continue to cause problems. And so I had a heart-to-heart with one of my dear friends the other day, and I told her what was going on. Well, she knows what's going on because I've been telling her as it happens what's been going on. And I said, you know, I feel as though I can't be myself because I'm afraid that so-and-so is going to see this and it's going to create more problems. Because anybody who's been in one of these relationships, and I was explaining this earlier as well, that that's the reason that I talk about toxic relationships, is because I've been through some. And if you've been through a situation with somebody who has strong narcissistic traits, and let's remind you that everyone has some degree of narcissistic traits. It's completely normal and completely natural. And it's really what keeps us alive. Where it crosses a border is that some people take it to an extreme and they actually have a personality disorder. And the individual that I'm referencing has so many of these narcissistic traits that it is fair to say that they are on the spectrum, or potentially on the spectrum, because it doesn't really matter if they have the disorder or not. If you have that many narcissistic traits, it's hell to get along with you. And one of the very common things that narcissists will do, and this individual is doing, is that even though you ask them to please leave you alone, they continue to bother you. And this individual has been bothering me, and this individual has made it very clear. Gaslit Free Muse, you know what I'm talking about. Girl, you know what I'm talking about. But this person has made it very clear that they have found my YouTube channel, and it was a little frightening, to be honest. I've had to go to more extreme than what I would hope to do, because normally if you engage the no contact regime, you're usually pretty safe. You know, you go no contact, you do the gray rock, and sometimes these buggers can be a little bit more persistent than that. And as I've said before, you know, we can't control other people. And as a result of that, sometimes no matter what you do, it's not enough. It's easier to keep them away before they get to you in the first place. Unfortunately, that doesn't always work. And that's a situation that I'm in. So I decided tonight, I was asked to go live. So here I am live, special request Saturday. But I'm also, I had some questions about where I've come from and things like that. And I decided, well, screw it. I'm going to come on here and I'm going to talk about it. And hopefully by mentioning it right now in this conversation, I can break free from it and, yes, in essence, say, F you to the narcissist. You're not going to hold me back and you're not going to keep my mouth shut. I am going to be myself and I am going to be authentic and I am going to say what I need to say. And I'm not going to give a flying fuck whether or not you are there watching it or not. Because, and I don't mean to sound so harsh, and I apologize to anybody who doesn't appreciate the 4-letter words that I throw around, but it is part of who I am, and I'm a really huge fan of like Dan Savage and people like that. And again, if you don't like it, I'm sorry, but that's who I am as a person. And he let me know it's okay to say fuck. But, I mean, I'm not trying to be a bitter biddy, but on the flip side, at a certain point with these people, I can't do it. I can't do it. I'm not going to stifle myself because somebody might be out there watching. Basically, end of story. I'm drinking coffee. And Shannon, I saw your message. I can do that. Or if I don't call you, you should call me. So... last week, I also, I had uploaded a video that was a little bit different for Toxic Tuesday, and at the end, I became very bitter, and that was the reason why. Because this person is just being obtuse, if you will. And I'm stepping off camera real quick because I'm having a little issue with a cat here, so I'll be right back. She's trying to mess with my lights, but that's okay because by this time next week, we're going to have better lighting and all sorts of stuff because, like I said, I take this seriously. So if you're here, please say something, and I'll keep on my rant in just a second. I'm just looking here. Yeah, I don't know. So... that's what's been going on. I'm encouraging anybody who's on here that if you're going through anything like this, if you have anybody in your life who makes you feel like you have to not be your authentic self, that you have to change who you are or walk on eggshells, it's not okay. You should never have to feel like you have to put on an act for somebody. And I've kind of felt like that. I felt very uncomfortable for a brief period. Do you exactly? Well, in this case, I regret to have to say that I had to get law enforcement involved. And more than once. And it really sucks, that there are people in this world that you can let them know you know, your boundaries. And that, I mean, that's really, really, that really shows who these toxic people are. You know, you tell them that you don't want them around you, and yet they don't want to hear that. They want to be there, and so they're just going to keep doing it. Like, I've had to get law enforcement involved multiple times. You know, get the hint. You know, I'm not playing with you. I don't want you in my life. You know, I don't want you bothering me. And that's why we talk about toxic relationships. That's why I talk about toxic relationships, because it's something that is very real to me, and it's become even worse. And potentially because this person has found my YouTube channel and, you know, doesn't like the fact that I'm happy and content, and that's where the difference is, you know, because sometimes when I do my talks about toxic relationships and things like that, there will be commentary. I'm sorry, I'm looking away because, again, I have a freaking cat that will not leave me alone. I've had a lot of commentary here and there sprinkled throughout by people where it's like, they almost think that, like, I'm being harsh, you know, and it's like, we're not talking about people who suck. We're talking about people who suck. We're talking about people who suck the life out of you. We're talking about people who, you know, you have to get law enforcement involved multiple times to express the fact that, no, I don't want you in my life. You're making me miserable. Please do not contact me anymore. You know, after you've asked them to let that happen. I'm not sure, Shannon, if you're trying to say right now because I'm kind of ranting, or if you're talking about later, it doesn't matter. I'll quit ranting. But, you know, even when I'm full disclosure, even when I did my little story time about my experience with a narcissist, I look back now and it's, I was just so nervous to even talk, because even at that point, I knew that this individual was watching me. And it's a bunch of bullshit is what it is. It's, oh, love back at you. And coffee. Because my day is just starting. My day is just starting. I have some things that I'm going to be tending to this evening, but first I wanted to come in here and talk to you guys. So I'm going to take a break from ranting and just say, who's here? Because my numbers are showing me there are people here that aren't saying anything. So who's all with us right now? Coffee. It's actually, here it is 11:18 p.m. So it's not quite midnight yet. And by about midnight, I'm hoping that I will be on to another game, because, like I said, I have some stuff I have to tend to. Lots of stuff I have to tend to. But between people trolling and the stalker, that's what we're going to say, because at a certain point, that's what you are by definition. And, you know, if that's who's out there not saying anything, you know, I already expressed how I feel about you, so. Oh, well, hello, Going Deeper Now. That's quite the name. Hello. Thank you for identifying yourself. I appreciate it. I appreciate anybody who comes on here either during my live stream or after my live stream. I think it's great. I just, it is nice on Streamlabs. You don't have the option of necessarily seeing who's there unless they say. And yeah, I guess it's a little bit of paranoia between, you know, I just, it's been bad. It's been bad. Obviously, if you haven't been through a relationship like this, it's really hard to imagine what it's all about. And it's easy to just assume, like, oh, you went through a relationship that sucked. You went through a relationship where the person didn't respect all of your boundaries. You went through a relationship that the person kind of stalked you afterwards. And okay, going deeper now. I'm just reading your comment here. Good. Well, welcome back. Welcome back. And I'm glad that you're saying something that's awesome. Please feel free if you have any questions or anything like that. I mean, feel free to just sit here and play it in the background, or, you know, do whatever you need to do. Or if you have any questions, please feel free to throw them in there. I am kind of ranting. This is difficult for me to talk about because when I started my YouTube channel, part of the reason that I started it was because at the time, I thought I was free. And it had been some time since I had dealt with this individual, and I was very excited about that. And I was really looking forward to expressing, you know, how I did what I did and how amazing it would be. As far as getting a restraining order goes, I want to be a little bit careful about how much I talk about things because there are ongoing issues and there are ongoing legal matters that are being addressed. And a restraining order is pending. Right now, I am trying to make arrangements just for this person to not make it go that far. And that's something that we can talk about later because it's an ongoing thing. I have to be a little bit careful because I don't want it to come back and bite me in the ass. But yeah. So what I was saying was that when I started this channel, you know, I really thought, well, this is a great place to kind of teach people what I know. And it took me a while to kind of loosen up to the idea of being on camera and things like that. But then, you know, I started to get to where I was really enjoying my YouTube journey and really enjoying all of the wonderful people that I've met along the way. Because seriously, I know I say it almost every time I'm online, but the people here are freaking amazing. I absolutely adore my YouTube family. I've met some of the most fantastic people I've ever met in my life, and I truly mean that. Hey, something Vishy. Thank you for coming on in. We're drinking coffee. It's 11:23 p.m. here, and we're talking some truth. So, I was starting to feel very comfortable and very confident, and I was very excited about my YouTube experience. And then I found out that this person was continuing to watch me and that they had found my channel. And that's where I started to feel a little bit like I had to kind of be careful with what I was posting and what I was saying. And some of my videos, if you've noticed, have become very abrupt, where I just kind of come in and say what I have to say and then get the hell out. And that's not what I want it to be about. My YouTube channel is supposed to be, you know, this is my little place. And Gaslit Free Muse, congratulations on that. You just used, I'm going to totally steal your term, but, you know, I always said, welcome to my tribe. And I felt like I just haven't been connecting with my audience. I haven't been even commenting. You know, I'll sit here and binge watch somebody's YouTube channel because because that's what I do when I do poetry shout outs. I binge watch your channel and then I write a bad poem about it. And I haven't even had the energy just to say something, you know? And so it's really energy sucking is what it is. And I've been trying to use any little bit of energy that I've had left to do the little bit that I've been doing, and then adding on to that other personal issues that go into it. It can be quite draining. But I decided, screw that. Screw all that. You didn't steal anything, Shannon. You borrowed it. I didn't know you had done that. I apologize. Like I said, I've been a little bit MIA from the YouTube lately. And, you know, in part because prior to recently, I wasn't working a regular 9-to-5 type job. I was working kind of as needed. So I would have a week on, 2 weeks off, you know. And now I'm working a regular Monday through Friday gig and, you know, 8 hours a day. And it's different. It's an adjustment, but it's cool. And the people are really nice, and that's a good feeling. So it's enough about me. You guys have stuff to say. Come on, somebody else say something for a change. I'm just glad to be here. I'm glad to have this opportunity to have this platform. You know, there is absolutely nothing in the world like having a YouTube channel, in my opinion. And it's something that I wanted to do. I'm not going to say for a long time, because up until about a year ago, I didn't even know that people did things like this. I thought that YouTube channels were about crashing your skateboard into a dumpster, or doing like a cooking show, you know, or something like that. And then in the process of discovering narcissism and toxic relationships and what empaths are, I also discovered what YouTube is. And it was like, wow, this is like everything. It was really life-changing when I realized what YouTube is all about. And I've learned so much from the YouTube community in multiple ways. And it's a great place. And I feel honored that I can be here. I feel honored that, you know, I can be a part of this fantastic thing. I've got to find some better adjectives, because everything is fantastic or amazing. I'm just reading some comments here. 1 second. You know, and that's so true. It's so true that people, you know, you have groups in this world, and there's a group of people who are very accepting and very loving and very kind, and a lot of people on YouTube are, especially fellow YouTubers, especially those who are still, you know, in the infancy in their channels and things like that. It's very easy to be, you know, a lot of small YouTube channels have been so supportive to me and all that. And then there are the people who are not so supportive. And I mean, that's a whole other issue. The idea of putting yourself out there for this type of scrutiny is, you know, it's scary as hell, but it can be so empowering. And as far as the comment about my YouTube channel being more than skateboards, thank you, because I feel like lately it's been a little dry. I'm finally at the point where I'm starting to know how to edit a video. And that's very exciting, but I have to now go to the next step and actually start like putting things together for everybody. But like I said, it's a slow process. I've been promising it for months. Lighting is happening, you know, come on. I agree. Putting yourself out there, go deeper now, is like, it's helping my self-esteem, because I actually, in real life, when you're face to face with me, I am incredibly socially awkward. And I'm very introverted. I am extremely shy. And I don't make good eye contact. I'm not good at that, you know? And one of the things, you know, I have this upcoming event that I'm doing with my arts and crafts. And in the past when I've done it, and it's been probably at least 2 years. And that's exactly what I'm saying, that this is helping me so much. It's been at least 2 years, if not 3 years, since I've done an event like this. And in the past, I've been so unlikable. And it's really important when you do something like this that you feel confident and comfortable with walking up to people and inviting them to, you know, come see your work and things like that. And I'm doing it with a friend who's also kind of shy. And so it's like, okay, no, I'm going to get over this, and I'm going to make this a success, come hell or high water. And part of the reason I know I can is because it's like, if I can put myself out here on YouTube where people can be either as sweet as honey or as nasty as they can get, I can do anything. You know, I can put myself out there and do anything. And so, like I said earlier, again, I'm being a little repetitious. This is like my first time. This is my first time putting my artwork out for anybody to see. And I text messaged one of my brothers today, and I said, you know, I'm doing this event in your community, and if you should happen to come, be nice, because I'm putting my artwork out. And my brother hasn't even seen that, you know, so it's an exciting thing. I'm just going to quick put this out there. I see that you guys are subbing each other and you guys are supporting each other's channels. Rock on. While you're here, please do check each other out. If you have a channel that's active, if you have content out there, be sure to check out each other's content. You may find something new that you really like. And that's a great thing. Ignoring the haters. Easier said than done. But, I mean, you know, the hate that I've received on here it's nothing that I'm going to take personally. You know, I mean, I understand that I'm not everyone's cup of tea. I'm a little bit obnoxious sometimes, you know, and I just don't give shit, you know. When I do my poetry shout outs, I can get a little bit crazy, and, you know, I like to do my little yay, you know, and all that stuff. And it's like, you know what, that's who I am. And if people don't like it, you know, I'm not for everyone. I mean, I'm a little bit on the different side, so I don't mind being, you know, I think when I was younger, I think if anybody here is under the age of 30, you know, put your hand up. Because I think that's when, you know, things matter a little bit more then. And I wish they didn't. Like, I wish I could go back. I was just talking about this with somebody. I wish I could go back and tell my younger self how much it does not matter, you know, what people think of you, as long as you're not being a dick. You know, as long as you are kind to yourself and to others, and you do you're fine. You know, it's like, I wish I could sit my younger self down and I could just say, hey, girl, don't worry about all that hate. Don't worry about none of it. And I wish I could also tell myself, you know, you're a weirdo, and you should embrace it because it's kind of cool. Libras do rule. I'm a Libra, in case anybody didn't know that. And I am the epitome of what a Libra is supposed to be, in the sense that I'm really eclectic and all over the place, and I really like justice. We're little social justice warriors. So the freak flag, yes, yes, let your freak flag fly. I have a really hard time saying that, so I'm surprised it just came out so fluidly, because normally it comes out kind of like, see, like just now, 10 years ago, I wouldn't have done that, because it's like, oh, my face got all ugly. Who gives a shit, what I would like to do eventually is, I think I'd like to add in words of advice for young people, and try to tap into some younger people and kind of give them a little bit of inspiration too. I have younger people in my life, but I don't see them as often as I should. And for some reason, I think once we reach adulthood and we address younger people, not enough older people, comfort the younger people by letting them know that it's okay, and that, being different is okay. And I think that's really important. I think my life would have been very, very different had somebody told me that it was okay to be unique. Yeah, and actually, younger people, they see somebody like me, and they're just like, younger people are just like, no. You're not cool. Like, I'm not cool at all. I'm totally not cool. And I'm loud and I'm obnoxious. Well, it depends. I'm one of those extroverted introverts where it's like, usually until I'm like super comfortable, it's like, I'm just like, like, I look at the ground. Like I'm walking and I'm looking at the ground. So, but then once you get me in a position where I'm comfortable, or I'm one-on-one with somebody, it's a lot easier for me to get a little bit more myself. But I mean, I like to think that I'm not necessarily obnoxious. At least I've calmed down in my older years, that I wouldn't consider myself to be obnoxious. Just, sometimes I can be a little flamboyant. I also like to speak the truth, and sometimes that can be difficult for young ears to hear, because the next generation coming up, I'm not, they're a little more sensitive, and there's a little more kid glove wearing, and I don't hold back. Particularly if somebody asks me for advice, I don't hold back. And sometimes I can come off as being a little harsh or abrasive in that sense, but I want people to be honest with me, so it's my responsibility to be honest with you, right? Because that's what you do. You treat others as you wish to be treated. And I want other people to be blunt and direct and honest with me, and so I'm giving them the same in return. And I think that's a-okay. Now I just feel like I'm ranting. So it's your turn out there, the people of the audience, to say something to me now, because I'm ranting. I think I've been on here for like 40 minutes and I've just been talking nonstop. And it has nothing to do with this coffee. Nothing at all. Or it has everything to do with the coffee. Oh, coffee. So, anywho, I might be popping out of here soon. I know this wasn't a very well arranged video or anything like that, but it was important to me. I was asked to come on here and to do a live video. Unfortunately, the individual who requested it, I haven't seen on here. So hopefully you'll see the playback. What's in my coffee? The only thing in my coffee is hazelnut creamer. And other than that, it is Folgers coffee. So it's not even anything special or unique. It's not like some jungle animal, you know, ate the beans and pooped them out. And now they're roasted in some sort of gracious manner and cost like $45 a pound. Nope. This is $6 3-pound can from Costco of the one and only Folgers. Because I found that it's got a good what's it called? A good kick to it. It's got a good caffeine level to it. And yes, Miss Shannon, go for it. When I log off, please do feel free to give me a call. Anybody that doesn't know that about me, I am very personable. And I am the type of person where if you want to talk to me, I talk to you. And we can talk and we can be friends. Because that's the kind of girl I am. I'm not just some broad that does YouTube. No, I'm serious about the cause. I take email questions. I take all sorts of DMs and things like that. I love that stuff. I live for that. But also developing friendships. Oh, there's a moth in my house. I didn't get it. Developing friendships on here is wonderful too. I've met some, like I said before, I met some wonderful people on here. Amazing people on here. Anybody have some good adjectives for me? We'll talk about that. So it's late and I knew that we wouldn't have a huge turnout other than potentially some trolls, but I'm glad that a few people have come in and checked things out. That is wonderful and I appreciate all of the support. I love that you guys are supporting each other too. But I think unless anybody has anything else they want to address, I'm going to cut out of here because I did kind of address some things. Tremendous. I love that. Oh, can I steal it? Going deeper now? Going deeper now? Why do I feel like I'm being inappropriate when I say that? I mean, it could be, I should take it as insight. Again, it's a coffee. Tremendous is awesome. I love that word. See, like, every now and then you'll hear somebody say, like, oh, they're so basic. Everything is amazing. And it's like, I tend to use that word, like, way too much. But, yeah, tremendous is good. Can I steal that? Tremendous. What's another one? Because I gotta have like 5 that I can rotate. Okay, so I wasn't the only one who was a little bit like, oh shit, should I say that out loud? You know, because the last live I did, the troll situation was serious. Okay, so yes, I'm a little bit cautious now. So when I saw, you know, a name that could be construed, thank you very much. Thank you. That is actually, you know, that is awesome. That is a tremendous honor. It really is. You know, any inspiration is a gift, you know, and you should know that I genuinely appreciate that gift because I do. Any inspiration is a gift. And I'm gonna steal the word muse now, because that's what you've been. You've been my muse. So, anywho, unless anybody has anything else that we should go over, I think I'm gonna head out of here because, like I said, I've got some stuff to do around my crib. Of course, I have my candles burning behind me. That's what all this big nasty stuff is. But you know what I do? When I'm done with these big crazy candles, Oh, I'm getting a message. 1 second here. Hopefully it's nothing bad. It's something. This thing in real life, it's huge. It's like 2 feet tall. And obviously not all of that wax. Oh, going deeper now. Thank you for stopping in. Have a good night and sweet dreams. All of that wax that's not used, I'm going to make that into another candle. So that's exciting. So, all right, I'm going to go ahead and cut out of here. And Miss Shannon, you know where to reach me. So for anybody who's coming in late to the party or anybody who was here, I appreciate your love and support. And please love and support one another while you're on here. If you run into somebody, please check out their channel if they have a channel, or if you don't have a channel, check out the other people, because it's a good thing. It's a good thing. All right, I'm gonna head out of here. Hopefully, special request person, you know who you are. Hopefully you'll see this. Ooh, there's some stuff going on here. Okay, and actually we're having a little bit of a problem. So I'm going to go ahead and cut out of here. All right, we'll see you guys later. Love and light.